We don't have to listen to that twice, do we?
I don't know. I kind of like it.
Fun and catchy. I know.
It
Okay.
drives Tessa crazy. She's like, "Oh, you won't hold me."
Welcome, everybody, to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. We're back and with topics. So today's topic is Michelle's taking the lead on it, and it is pushing through is not a personality trait.
So I'm going to preface by using the prompt because the prompt is really good. Grooming culture glorifies toughing it out, but ignoring pain, exhaustion, and injury, and I'm going to include burnout, has a compounding cost. And that's what we're talking about today. Okay, that was interesting.
I'm like, where'd she go?
I don't know. This is a banned subject. So historically, we have taken on that one extra dog, stayed late, been proud of powering through. My goal was 19 and I hit 20. You know, my record is this with a bather, and oh, I'm a power groomer, as if it's something to be proud of. It is. However, doing that constantly can hurt your body and your spirit and your drive quite a lot over the years. I wouldn't say I'm ancient, but I'm getting there.
You're not ancient.
I feel like it. And I can honestly say that, I've been through all of it, and I'm sure you two have, and a lot of people that are listening as well. We've been through it. We absolutely feel 10, 20, 30, some of us 40 years old, older than we need to be going through it. We've experienced burnout, when we're just not in sync. We know those days that are like 40 nail trims and you got 8 dogs on the book and you're trying to get everything done before dark. It happens. However, I would like to recreate the paradigm so that it does allow you to just have an actual job, be loving, be supportive of yourself, and get home at dinner time and not after dinner time, and not have grooming consume you. I know there are those that are always going to be that way. I know I was for many years, and nobody could have told me, oh, you're going to regret that. And some things I do regret. And I'm currently trying to find ways of redoing fear recovery, different holds, different animal behaviors, different interactions that I believe will save you in the long run. Instead of the old trope of, oh, well, the dog's got to learn, so we're going to get through it while the dog's screaming, you're not having a good time. Nobody around you is having a good time. It's time to reinvent how we do our job, how we interact with the dog, how we interact with the client, and really think about ways that we can go above and beyond and change what it has been in the past in order to not burn out, not feel like we're dead at the end of every day. Oh my God, I got to wake up and do it again, just to get that dollar. My first line of attack of that is do one less dog, hike up your prices a little bit. It should be more expensive, and it should be less dogs. Now, that's scary for a lot of people because you're thinking, oh my God, I have bills, I have kids, I have whatever. The reward that you get by doing that is inconceivable. It's priceless. You're still making the same amount of money. Some others might make more money by having more dogs come in at that price point. And I think that is the first thing we can do without even thinking about it, without even rearranging our schedule or rearranging our routine. If you do one less dog and raise your money a little bit of a percentage, that's going to ease the pressure. The second thing I think we can do is probably make appointments, not definite appointments, but use some hours on Saturday, hours on Thursday, hours on whatever days that you want, that you're welcoming nail trims in. Nail trims take a lot of emotion. They take a lot of time if you're doing a lot of them, and it doesn't leave room for you to actually do your dogs. So you have to know that during this period of time on Saturday, which is one of the busiest days ever, but if you do 3 dogs, if you do 3 dog nail trims, that's like doing a whole dog.
Mm-hmm.
Doing nail trims. Why wouldn't you make room and make time for these people? That's money right off the table. That's low hanging fruit for sure. So those are 2 of the bottom line things that I would do to do that. I'm working on a class that is going to go over how we hold, how we restrain, and how we deal with dogs who are unwilling participants in the grooming process. I know a lot of my aches, pains, shoulder pains, cysts on my wrist have come from the way that I do that. And I'm trying to develop ways that if I could do that right now, then that's probably a better way to hold and to restrain and to deal with these dogs that are afraid. There's gonna when we first started grooming, all of us, I'm sure that it wasn't in our mind at the time, or wasn't in the mind of the industry at the time, to actually do any of these things. You wanted to get those dogs in there, get those numbers, get them out, get them in, get them out. Let's go, count the money. But now it really is more about how many friends we make. Every dog is somebody's best friend, and they have the capacity to be your friend too. And when this becomes commonplace, I believe that everyone's going to have a better time. Anything to insert?
Yeah. So just to reiterate, the whole one less dog makes a huge difference. Right? One more dog on the flip side makes a huge difference.
It
So
does.
when I went mobile, right, I was started off, I really want to build my books, and I've got 5 dogs a day, and now I've got 6 dogs a day, and now I've got 7 dogs a day. This is awesome. I got 8 dogs a day, and let me tell you something: 8 dogs a day, 5 days a week will kill you in a mobile van, right? And it's just the number, really, for me, it was between 7 and 8. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, I can't do this anymore. I've got to get rid of, and basically I had to get rid of 5 dogs a week,
Mm-hmm.
right? And very simply, raising my price didn't necessarily take care of it because I was mobile. All right. I had to start firing people, and firing people is not an easy thing to do, right? But getting it down and stop doing 8 dogs a day, made a huge difference in how I felt at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your ability to get through the day every day and wake up and still be happy. Because if you're not happy or you're dreading the day, you carry that negativity all through the day. And every single dog smells it immediately. They're like, oh, this lady's not having a good time. I don't even want to be here. Even dogs that were previously lovely could absolutely wreck your day if you're not in the right frame of mind.
Well, and I think, I was going to also state, I keep seeing a lot on Facebook and on the pages and stuff about how many people who, we all know that when we do this, we hit different milestones in our career, right? Like 5 years got to be that 5 to 10 year mark was a little bit rough, and maybe like that 12 to 15 year mark. But a lot more people are starting to say how they're losing their passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if it's reevaluating, I typically see a correlation between reevaluating the balance, because I was a workhorse groomer and I was fine physically. And I just had 2 days before Christmas, I had 2 groomers call off, and they most certainly were completely sick because they very much wanted their holiday their holiday appointments. And I ended up moving mine over to Christmas Eve because I only had 3 dogs. I ended up doing 14 dogs that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been the workhorse groomer. And even then it wasn't, I was feeling it by the end because I don't groom like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to find your comfort level, like Mary said. So hers was between that 7 and 8. I was good between like 8 and 9, but I also had support staff.
Mm-hmm.
There was a huge difference between having support staff too. But I digress. So I wonder if that's a lot of people now saying that they're losing their passion, they're feeling more burnt out. It's learning how to have more of a balance and reassessing. Are they
I,
just
I
overdoing
think
it?
they're exhausted, is what I think.
Yeah.
I think they're
Yeah.
exhausted, and our industry as a whole, and I'm not picking on any one person at all ever, our industry as a whole has this thing in the mindset that, you have to just push through. You just got to do it, get that money while you have it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, there has to be a better way. There has to be a way that we can have this as a career and love it most every day. Everybody's going to have bad days. And I realize that.
Mhm.
But as a whole, you shouldn't be 5 years in and go, God, I hate this. I don't want to do this
Mhm.
anymore. When they had such passion before, they're probably just exhausted. You have to get your sleep. You have to eat right. You have to move around, do your walking or get your gym in or exercise somehow, do stretches. All that is part of health. Um, and I am the last one and the first one to say it for sure. I've been through all of it. I've been a power groomer. I've been, in that mindset when you're young. Hell yeah, you've got all kinds of energy and you can just do it and your ligaments are fresh, and you're lifting up those 75-pound dogs and you're just doing it, but then there comes a time when you're like, oh, you're starting to feel the twinge, and all that is just the prolonged punishment of your joints and your
Mhm.
bones and not sleeping enough and going out to parties because you're young and that's what you do. And I think that we need to reevaluate how we introduce new groomers into their routines, how we think about it, and maybe not glorify power grooming. I realize there might be a time in our lives when we are young and we are new that is the time to do that, but you can't sustain that for 20 years, 30 years, 40
Mhm.
years. You just can't. And you end up being very sick, shots in your joints, surgery on your hands. I mean, it's ridiculous. Some girl I knew, the way she was moving the big dogs on and off the table, had to have hip and knee surgery. I'm like, come on, we have to do this differently.
Mhm.
And I am really trying to think about that in a new way to present it. And perhaps people will start adopting it and let me know if it's any different. But we have to really pay attention to how we feel. If we're tired, we need to rest.
No, absolutely agree with that. So I got it down to 7, and then, you know what? Even that, I was still feeling tired. And when you're tired, again, you're right. You lose the passion for what you're doing. It
Mhm.
becomes a job. I
Mhm,
got it down to 6, and it took me a little while to do that, but I got it down to 6. And for a long time, I was really happy at doing 6 dogs a day.
mhm,
Jamie apparently took off a lot of time this year and made more money. Good for you.
mhm.
Mhm.
Mimi, who was just at the
Hi,
PNW at the conference. Okay, so
Mimi.
nice to see you again. But yeah, I think this is can be a really hard lesson. I mean, I started in the pet industry. I was almost 40 years old.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people also, I try to teach, now I go through spurts. I used to have to, so I have two hernia discs, 2004. I was 24 at the time, and they actually two really big bulges on both sides, two in a row. And I was on muscle relaxers and Vicodin daily. This was also before they started putting like restrictions on it. They gave out Vicodin like it was candy.
Mhm.
And once I started, after I had Dylan and I started trying to lose the baby weight, and I actually started building my muscles and I learned how I worked anatomically, right? Like
Mhm.
if you have bad knees, you build your quads and your hamstrings, and that helps support your knees. If you have bad elbows or your shoulders, you work on certain spots, core work is huge. So once I actually started, I hired a personal trainer at the time and working out and building my muscles, I weaned myself off of everything. And yoga is amazing to do for your body and stretch and all those things. Like there's so many things that we can also do if you want to. I don't want to say if you want to keep up the workload, but if you don't want to give up the workload, but you feel that way, you could also start trying to incorporate that. And yoga is great for the mind too.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned, even just for me, taking care of and building muscle and doing, core work, building my core protected my back, and I didn't have as many issues. And whether that was doing more or less, it didn't matter. I was healthier.
We should come out with a little booklet of exercises for groomers. Because we know what muscles that we stretch and that tear on us and this, that, and the other. We should do that. I'm going to make a note.
Well, I know, because we stay hunched, right? So we stay hunched. And really what a lot of people think is when we stay hunched, we have to do more with our back. No, you have to stretch out your chest. So doing chest stretches and opening this up will actually get you to, because my posture is horrible right now. I've noticed a huge difference because I haven't been working out because I've been so busy, not at my table, but doing other things, that I'm back to being scrunched. So, just stretching and opening up, even at your table, opening up, just stretching so you're not hunched. You just want to counteract all that. I like it because there's so many things you can do while you're standing there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Or when they get home to relax and sleep well, scientifically, you need 90 minutes of deep sleep. And I know everybody's got an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or whatever they carry. The technology is accessible. Start paying attention to your sleep, and even when you're young and you want to go party every night, and I know groomers can get a rug. I know they can get down. However, if you realize that, the earlier you realize that you need your rest, the better it'll be. You have to rest your neck. You have to rest your wrists. You have to do all those things. I think the better.
So when we were walking out, and maybe Michelle, you and I could do this, or find someone, or if anyone's listening and wants to help take this on, we were leaving off a cruise the one time, and they had us go through the backside of where they serve from in the main dining area. And they had a huge poster that showed the employees what stretches to do while they were working. And it was like stick figures,
for the employees of the boat.
For the employees of the boat doing, serving, they actually had a nice poster hanging up to remind them, hey, as you're walking through, do this stretch, or, do this to help your body. And I always thought that'd be really cool to have that in the salon, of ones that help with the salon stuff. So because it's just a nice little reminder, have it in your main room and be like, oh, I could do this real quick.
That would be great to get a little pamphlet and a poster that they can use at their salon. Put it in the bathroom or put it in a hallway to remind people, while you're doing that or while you're waiting for the tub, absolutely stretch out your legs, absolutely stretch out your core, do some side things or whatever. There are actual exercises that target all the muscles and ligaments that we use. So that would be amazing. That's a great idea, Denise.
Right. And just have it up, and there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Also a poster, maybe possibly even like that wonderful flip book that you made, Michelle.
Yeah.
Something like that you make it as a flip book, and you can keep it up by your workstation and just flip through it to pick an exercise.
Mm-hmm. Do a little video. Do little videos and put it up on the website. We could put it up on the Master Council website.
And now everyone sees how our brains work when we're all together, and just one little thing. And now all of a sudden we have flip books and posters and videos. So this is how our brains work, everybody. Now you see the creative side of us behind the scenes.
And then a month we have it. It's like, ta-da!
I know, right? And then it's done. We'll have it for you guys.
Great idea. And Michelle has already done a flip book. Yeah. So she knows how to do
therapy flashcards. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's still going strong. People are and I wanted to say, if you want a therapy flashcards, they are dwindling, and I'm not going to re-up on them.
Oh, hold on.
They are near the end. What did she say?
I don't know. She disappeared over there.
Oh, she's going to show them to people. Oh, that's even a prototype. That's funny.
So how awesome would it be to have like a stretch, or maybe like,
Yeah.
the shoulders, and
Yeah.
then a little stick figure, and maybe on the back here about maybe why you're doing it,
Yeah.
what it's going to accomplish.
Mhm.
I think that'd be really good.
Mhm.
Just saying.
That would be Mary.
Hey, I got a book to write.
I know you do. Oh, yeah, that is a good idea, though. And I think that will help.
Mhm.
And it's just one piece of the puzzle. In grooming itself, there are so many pieces. How to do the pastern, how far, you take the jacket on a Continental, where do the little powder puffs go, all the things that it's so much. Why not take time to incorporate things that help you help the dogs? I think
Mhm.
that's just brilliant, and I think that it's time because so many groomers in the industry now are interested in their health, what they're eating. I know there's been a big push on losing weight, even among the presenters, among the people who teach us. So I mean, now's the time, get on the bandwagon and try to do something for yourself.
Mhm.
So I think that would be
I
beneficial.
went to CrossFit twice last week and I haven't been there in months. And I was going pretty regularly for almost a year. So it sucks. It's hard. But guess what? I felt okay. It really sucked 2 days later after the first day. But going
Mhm.
back again, I feel so good. My body doesn't hurt. My plane ride wasn't as bad as what it would have been. My back
Mhm.
is already feeling better from just starting to work out my muscles again that were already built. So it's amazing how just little things incorporated will do that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, and here's the thing about also incorporating things you're going to do. Okay. See, I wouldn't go to CrossFit because I don't want to. Okay. But we bought a treadmill. All right. It's in my bedroom. I see it every day. And I paid for a year's subscription to iFit. And let me tell you, I paid for a year's subscription to iFit. And I am reminded of that every time I walk past it. So therefore, I use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've changed everything. I've changed everything in my life where it comes to my health. I walk at least 6,000 to 8,000 steps a day for free around my neighborhood. I take my little dog, and she loves it. She wants to never quit. And I want to really quit at about 4,000, but she keeps going. I changed my entire diet. I don't do sugar. I don't do alcohol. I don't do carbs, or very little carbs, and I flex them throughout the month. So, like this month, I get to have a potato twice a month. But that helps with weight loss. It helps with autophagy, which is the cleaning up of your cells, and of course, cell repair. We ought to do one just on diet alone. Oh my God, my head hurts so bad from researching this. But I mean, it actually works. It changed my whole life around how I feel about what I'm doing. I had a cyst on my wrist that was huge, and it's gone almost all the way down now, just from diet. And it's amazing. It's amazing how beautiful and reparative the human body can be when you treat it right. We treat everybody else, and we also have this idea that food is a treat, or dessert is a treat, or a drink is a treat. It's poison. It's friggin' poison. The girls at work, I try not to bother them with it, but they're always bringing in Starbucks, which isn't even real coffee. Sorry, Starbucks. It's just not.
It's
You know,
not.
that triple whip with the cinnamon, whatever, la la. Yeah, it's incredible, but it has changed everything in my life at this
Or
point.
the energy drinks. Okay,
The
you have to do a
energy
diet
drinks
one.
are
Oh my
not
gosh, they
energy.
live. No, they live off of energy drinks.
Yeah,
I'm like, you guys.
yeah. You have to be
Anyways,
actually healthy.
right.
And protein bars which are just glorified
Power
Snickers.
bars. Yeah, they're terrible.
Mhm.
They're terrible. The one thing I can say about diet, and I'm not a nutritionist, but boy, have I read up on all the case studies. The one thing that would help you is getting enough protein, getting as many grams of protein a day as your ideal weight. And if you've never done that before, it's harder than you think.
It's
And
a
you just
lot. It's
you
a
have
lot.
to, yeah,
of
like
food.
I'm supposed to be like 110. I usually get maybe 98 if I'm really trying. It's hard to get that, but it's possible. And I don't run marathons or anything. My resistance training is workout bands. I get the resistance bands, but I feel better than I have in a really long time. And I've only been doing it probably 4 months, but I see the changes that are happening in my body and my life. You know, I have lots more energy to do things. If you look back at any of our previous shows, you'll see what hot death looks like as compared to today. So, I mean, it has done just a complete turnaround just by diet and exercise and getting enough sleep.
Hey,
It's crazy.
Jamie, who agrees energy drinks are terrible, but anything that is fluorescence and color
Yes.
is probably not good for us.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it's probably poisonous. And a lot of people, and this is one thing too, a lot of people say, well, it's hard to get healthy things because it's so expensive. I want you to add up all the going out, the fast food, the junk that you get to eat at home. I bet you're spending more money than you would spend just getting healthy food. Like, it's crazy.
And
also
you eat more of it. You eat more of it. So when you're eating pizza rolls and all the frozen things that are cheap, you eat more. It goes right through you, and it's not substance. So yeah,
right, absolutely.
Sorry, Mary, I didn't mean to cut you off.
There's a phone app called Yuka, Y-U-K-A, and it'll read the barcode of the foods that you're buying, tell you on a scale of 1 to 100 where it lies. All the protein bars I bought, which I thought were good, were anywhere between 10 and 30. Okay.
Even the best of them are loaded with sugar. Like you wouldn't believe.
Loaded with sugar. But it's good if you're not certain, because a lot of times I'll look at something and I'll think, I wonder if that's any good, and I'll run it through the app, and if they say it's good, I will at least try it. But sometimes not all the good stuff is actually very tasty.
Soon we'll do a talk on nutrition for humans and talk about what the findings are. It all starts with your diet and your liver. You have to take care of your liver because it affects every single other thing. They're calling dementia diabetes type 3. That's how much it matters. Everything can be fixed or helped by getting your insulin resistance under control. Like, it's nuts. Like, it's crazy that everything affects everything else with your liver and your pancreas. It's crazy. And we're doing this to our dogs as well. So that's a whole discussion for another time. Holy cow. Oh my gosh.
So we're going to wrap up. We're at our half hour. Next week, Denise is going to take the lead. The passion penalty, what loving what you do is costing you money, which we had a great discussion, by the way, at the Pacific Northwest Grooming Conference this past weekend. And for those who didn't make it, save the date for next year. We're moving it to June 13th through the 15th in Seabeck, Washington, 2027. Put it on your calendar.
It was so much fun. Yes.
And if Mimi is still on, she was there. Okay, so let's wrap it up, and we'll see everybody. What's this? The second Tuesday of the month?
Yes.
2 weeks. See everybody in 2 weeks.